hands on the floor when performing zare. Amae. Tachi no kata, ipponme, the first form of the tachi strokes. Both approach in the I Jodan posture. The shidachi parries a frontal men strike and counters with a frontal men strike in return, then adopts zanshin in the hidari Jodan posture. Nihonme, the second stroke form. Both approach in the I Chudan posture. The shidachi parries a kote strike and counters with a kote strike, then adopts zanshin with kigurai. Sanbonme, the third stroke form. Both approach in the I Gedan posture. The uchidachi's tsuki thrust from the chudan position is parried and countered with a tsuki thrust in return. The shidachi proceeds to kuraizume and adopts zanshin. Yonhonme, the fourth stroke form. The shidachi adopts the wakigamaya posture in response to hasso. The swords are brought in an overhead sweep and crossed. The shidachi's tsuki thrust from the chudan position is parried and countered with a frontal men strike, then zanshin with kigurai. Gohonme, the fifth stroke form. The shidachi approaches in the chudan posture in response to jodan. He parries with an upward sliding motion and counters with a frontal men strike, then steps back and adopts zanshin. Both take 3 steps back to the original position in the I Chudan posture. Ropponme, the sixth stroke form. The shidachi approaches in the Gedan posture in response to chudan, raises his sword to chudan, parries a kote strike with a small upward sliding motion and counters with a small kote strike, then adopts zanshin. Nanahonme, the seventh stroke form. Both approach in the I Chudan posture. The shidachi checks a tsuki thrust, then, avoiding a frontal men strike from the chudan posture, passes to the side and delivers a strike to the right do, then adopts zanshin in the wakigamaya posture. That completes the practice of the stroke forms with the tachi. Both adopt the sonkyo posture, sheathe their swords, return to the tachi-ai position, and perform ritsure. The shidachi steps back and exchanges his long sword for the kodachi, while the uchidachi waits in the sonkyo posture. Both exchange rei. They insert their swords in the waistband and take 3 paces forward. They draw swords and cross the kensen in the correct posture. Stand. Kodachi no kata, ipponme, the first form of the kodachi strokes. The shidachi approaches in the chudan hanmi posture in response to jodan. He parries a frontal men strike and counters with a frontal men strike in return, then adopts zanshin. Nihonme, the second stroke form. The approach is in the chudan hanmi posture in response to gedan. As the uchidachi makes a frontal men strike from the wakigamaya posture, it's parried to the right and countered with a men strike in return. The shidachi restrains the uchidachi's arm and adopts zanshin. Sanbonme, the third stroke form. The shidachi approaches in the gedan hanmi posture in response to chudan. He parries a men strike by sliding his sword first up and then down, then brushes off a do strike and pushes the uchidachi back, controlling his attack with the left hand and habaki, then adopts zanshin. That completes the practice of the kodachi stroke forms. The swords are sheathed in the Sonkyo posture. Both return to the Tachi-ai position and exchange Rei. After Rei to the Kamiza, the Shidachi goes back to retrieve his Tachi. Nana Homme, the 7th stroke form. The Shidachi checks a Tsuki thrust, then responds to a frontal men strike by passing to the side of the Uchidachi and delivering a strike to his right door. Let's take a look from the other side. Watch how they maintain eye contact. They use Ayumiashi to return to the original position. Let's take a look from overhead. Watch closely how the Shidachi holds the thrust in check and how both move from the Chudan posture. Finally, they bring their swords in a broad sweep overhead and adopt the Chudan posture. This is Chudan Hanmi no Kamae in response to Jodan. The Kensen should be at mid-face level. This is Chudan Hanmi no Kamae in response to Gedan. The Kensen should be at chest level. This is Gedan Hanmi no Kamae in response to Chudan. The Kensen should be 4 to 5 centimeters below knee level. Kodachi no Kata, Ipponme, the first Kodachi stroke form. The Shidachi parries a sweeping frontal men strike by moving to the right, counterattacks with a frontal men strike of his own, takes one step back and adopts Zanshi. Uchidachi uses a sweeping motion to attempt a frontal men strike. The Shidachi parries by moving to the right, counterattacks with a frontal men strike, takes one step back and adopts Zanshin. They adopt the Ai Chudan posture and return to their original positions. Nihonme, the 2nd stroke form. The Uchidachi comes under attack, shifts his posture from Wakigamae to Jodan and makes a frontal men strike. Let's watch the rest of the action from the other side. The Shidachi parries by moving to the left and counters with a frontal men strike of his own. This is the correct way of parrying and restraining the Uchidachi's arm. This is the order of movements made by the Shidachi. Let's watch the correct technique again. Sanbonme, the 3rd stroke form. Watch the Shidachi's movements from the other side. Watch how he uses his hands during a series of sliding techniques, up, down, sideways and inwards. Watch carefully how the swords cross during the downward and inward sliding movements. both perform zare. The Kendo Kata and ordinary practice are so closely interlinked, they're like two wheels of a vehicle. Constant practice of the kata is indispensable to learning the correct techniques of Kendo.